Hello everyone, it's John, and this video might be a little bit wonky because I'm doing it in a couple of, trying to do it and in video some other bits and pieces that I've got on me. Today I've been going back and, filling in my time. I've been rereading my old 2000 AD collection, and one of the stories that's in there, or one of the stories is Rogue Trooper. And of course, there's a board game. Yeah, let's share some memories. So as I've mentioned, I've reading my 2000 AD, which has started me off with looking at Rogue Trooper. And as you can see, I'm reading this issue here, which is here we go, really good production here. Rogue Trooper M for Murder is the one that I'm currently reading. But anyway, there you go. So I'm reading, what's this issue? 384 from 22nd of December 1984. So here's my issue of, or my copy of Rogue Trooper. Yeah, she's not too bad. A copy from, so there it is, from 1987 by Richard Halliwell. Plays 2 to 6 people. Supposedly plays in 1 to 2 hours. But as you can see, the artwork throughout most of the game will be straight from the comics. So so that's what the board looks like when it's all laid out. The playing pieces and that. So yeah, so that's what that is. As you can see, there's the board, and it's in a jigsaw style. The Queensland weather, you probably can't see it very well here, but we suffer high humidity here, so the weather's sadly gotten to mine. I've got to give them a good scrub every now and again to try and keep the weather from, there we go, have my horrible hand in there. Now you're looking at nothing but things, but there you can see probably a better look at what the scope of the weather, what the weather does here. It's not good, but yeah, here's the tokens. So you can see I'm very big on bagging, due to the fact that I learnt ages ago through having lost some of my games so they're the pieces, or the counters. Yeah, the very low quality production. As you can see, the playing cards are very, very thin. I've got to find the right sleeves. I'm pretty sure I can get the sleeves. They're probably European, I think, sleeves for these, so that I can get them protected, so that'll at least give them some stiffness and protection for long term. At the moment they're nice and safe in these little baggies. So there's I had a survival guide, which is essentially quite nice. It tells you what the definition of who's who, I suppose, or what's what in the Rogue Trooper universe. So that's what the survival guide was. So it was just a handy little connection there. And so that was the token for the Rogue General. Then you had your 6 playing boards. So you had your slots for bagman, gunner and helm, and then your lives, and then you had your micro mines, your plasma grenades, your general purpose mags, and your seal bursters. So they were your only sort of major pieces of equipment. Then you had your battle manual. So your things there. So it had a comic at the beginning. Actually, just read that not too many issues ago. Then your rules. So it was, you know, for the time, it was a decent, you know, not an overly complex game. Again, I haven't played it for a very long time, so I have not read it as of the time I'm doing this review, so I honestly can't tell you how it plays, and I'm not going to, because I'm just showing you the game and the fact that I've got it and the fact that I still have fond memories of it. All I can remember is, wandering around New Earth. You've got to collect clues, and I think it's the first person to assemble all the clues, and then I think you had to get the Millicom. I think winning the game. Oh, here we go. So winning the game was the trader may only be attacked by GI. So there you go, if you can read that. And then the whole heap of extra bits and pieces. So you had to identify. Yeah, so it's... Yeah, so anyway, you could even get the figures, which I thought had Major Magnum. He was one of the characters. Trader General. Would have been nice actually to have gotten the figures, just to replace the standard tokens that are there. I can't get the shine. It was, sort of glossy. So you had, Rogue with helm. But yeah, it was, it was a good game for the time, I thought. And it was 1987. That was the time that was available. Yeah, so that was oh, here we go, dodgy camera work here. So that was Rogue Trooper, the board game, and as I think I was saying, was that Games Workshop in the early days produced a number of board games based on IPs. They did Judge Dredd. They did stuff for Chaosium. They did Elric. They did Call of Cthulhu and a number of other things. In the early days, Citadel or Games Workshop, because I really don't separate either of them, although I suppose for business, I suppose they probably were. But, in the early days, they were a game shop which sold other people's products, which, was... Yeah, I enjoyed the early White Dwarfs. You'd be searching through there and they'd have other people's materials, and you could see what was on offer, which was always good. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been reading my old 2000 AD magazines and Rogue Trooper. I've still got my copy. It will always remain in my collection. And, has it survived the test of time? It's still a fun game to play. Is it as good as, well, we played Viticulture yesterday? No, not as good as Viticulture. But it's still a good game to play, to pass an afternoon amongst friends. Anyway, thanks for your time. I'll catch you next time. Signing off, the Honourable John.